Hello, everybody, and welcome back to It Kino. I am MUMKEY Jones.
And shrunk down to half the size of my normal dick, E-Rich.
Oh no, now it's only 1.5 centimeters.
Oh, man.
I'm so sorry, Rich. Hey, everybody, we're doing your favorite type of episode where I have seen the movie and D-Rich hasn't. We did this with 9/11. We did this with The Mountain Between Us. And now we're going to do it with Downsizing because I went to go see this film with my family over the Christmas break. E-Rich could not be bothered, but He could be bothered to write up a list of predictions and guesses as to what he thinks is in the film. And that's how we will start the discussion. And boy, howdy, do I have a lot to say. I think I should just put out there right now that this film might win the award for most disingenuous marketing campaign of the year.
Oh, shit.
What a fucking lie. What a disaster. What happened?
Oh, shit.
What the fuck happened? But E-Rich, all you know about this movie is what you've seen in trailers and maybe some reviews.
Yes.
So let's start cranking out some, expectations you have of the film.
All right, so I will start with my more like just general movie predictions rather than like the plot of the movie or what happens in the movie. So
Sure.
My first one here, the jokes in the trailer are the best they have in the movie, and basically they put all the jokey parts in the trailers.
Yeah, you're more right than you know, because
Okay.
half the scenes in the trailer are not in the movie.
What the fuck?
And every moment of levity or anything that resembles a lighthearted comedy moment is in the trailer, and half of them do not appear in the movie because half those scenes don't even happen.
Classic Drive scenario.
Yeah, the movie Drive had so many chuckle yucks in the trailer, and then there were none to be seen in the film, huh?
Yeah, exactly. And then Ryan Gosling beats somebody to death with a claw hammer.
Does the Drive trailer really have a bunch of jokes in it?
It just makes it look like a racing car movie, and it's not.
Oh, does it really?
Yeah.
Because our friend Lightning Long Johnson, I was hanging out with him, and he just said, "Hey, let's go see this movie with Ryan Gosling," and I had never heard of it, and I loved Drive because I didn't see the trailer, and it didn't ruin my expectations.
Yeah,
he just dragged me into the theater.
I tried to get my brother to watch it, and he's just like, "That car movie? I don't want to see that."
It's barely about driving at all. It's about what drives you.
Yes. Awesome jackets is the answer. Okay. Let's see here. Matt Damon is good in the movie, but he plays a shitty character, as in like not a well developed, well drawn out one.
I'd say you're wrong. I'd say Matt Damon does a fine job, but he is outshone or outshined. Which one? You're the genius here. Is it outshone or outshined?
Outshone. Why not?
He's outshoned by, of course, you can't beat Christoph Waltz. I mean, he's the best actor who ever lived.
Yeah.
And then also this Asian woman who I don't know who she is because they all look the same to me. But
Wong Tong Chin.
Yeah, Wang Tang Chong. She was really good in the movie too. So Matt Damon, he did a fine job, but he wasn't up to the caliber of these other people. As for his character, his is arguably the only one who gets character development and goes through an arc. And it's an arc that you have to see to believe because it's fucking insane.
You will have to tell me about this because
we're gonna talk about it the next 25 minutes.
Okay, so you mentioned Christoph Waltz. I put Christoph Waltz is barely in the movie unless he's a villain, in which case he is in the movie.
He's in it a considerable amount of time, a good amount for a supporting actor. I'd say he gets a good 30-35 minutes of screen time, if not more.
All right,
yeah,
that's not bad. Mm-hmm. That's pretty good. That's much better.
I will say on Christoph Waltz, though, I mean, if you've seen Inglourious Bastards, you know that that's one of the best performances, I would say, of all time. Is that hyperbole? Is that crazy to say?
Maybe.
I think it's funny that in 2008, they dropped The Dark Knight with Heath Ledger, and it's a villain role they're trying to make it the best villain of all time, and they try so hard that Heath Ledger literally dies. And then the very next year, Christoph Waltz beats him and then starts a whole new career out of it. Which
Yeah.
how do you like that, Heath Ledger? Christoph Waltz didn't have to fucking die to beat you doing a villainous role, you stupid fuck. Got him.
Yeah,
Got Heath
Christoph
Ledger.
Waltz.
How will he ever recover from my scathing review?
He is
Christoph Waltz,
rolling in his grave right now.
yeah, he's Heath legending in his grave. I will say, Christoph Waltz, unfortunately, is better than every script you could give him, other than the 2 Tarantino movies. He's above it. He's so much better as a performer than the scripts that people are giving him. Like, he was in that Green Hornet movie. He was in Horrible Bosses too.
He was
Nothing stands a
Spectre.
chance. He's wasted in everything. So in this movie, he's doing a good job, but the writing does not live up to what he can do, which no movie can unless your name is Quentin Tarantino.
All right, so you just mentioned the writing. Based on that, I said script is a mess and tries to do too much while also doing not enough with the premise.
Oh my God, did you read the reviews? Because that's
No, I did not.
If you thought The Last Jedi script was a fucking mess, which you didn't, but I did, this might be the messiest, most what were you thinking script ever. It tries to do, like you just said, so much. 3 different movies worth of ideas.
Oh my
but
God.
then each concept is explored so little to make room for the other 2 that nothing substantial comes from it. And it's just like a jarring, bizarre film.
This makes it sound even more interesting to me, though. This kind of makes me want to watch it just to see what the fuck they even made of it.
Hey, I haven't said if I would recommend it.
True.
I'm just saying
I
it's fucking crazy.
I should hold off for a little while. Okay, so I also say the movie is wildly atonal. It doesn't really have a solid tone about it, and it switches between comedy and drama awkwardly.
It's never even comedy at all.
Okay,
It's always it switches between drama and like horror and
oh my God, what the fuck?
And like quirky, unfunny quirk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh man, just keep going. We got to get through
All
this.
right.
I got so much to say about this nightmare.
It tries to have a sappy message, but it fails to strike emotional resonance.
Oh, the message is the worst part. The worst. Are you aware of a film called Birdemic Shock and Terror?
Yeah, I love that movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie. What is the message of that film, E-Rich?
That we should save the planet and help the environment, and birds are gonna kill us if we don't.
It's the same thing! The same thing!
Holy shit.
And it's just as out of place and cringeworthy in this film as it is in Birdemic Shock and Terror.
Holy shit.
It might even be worse, and I'll tell you why when we get into the plot.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna start to get into the more plot heavy predictions. So the tiny people, when they're miniaturized and shrunk down, I wrote that they are split into like incredibly rich and very poor people as well. So like Matt Damon starts out with the rich people, and there's also a poor group of tiny people, and Matt Damon tries to help the poor people.
Yeah, that pretty much happens.
Really?
In the movie.
Okay.
But there's also like middle class, and I think Matt Damon ends up in the middle class.
I see. Yeah, I kind of got some kind of impression of that from the trailers.
Yeah.
Okay. I also have the Talking Heads song that's played in the trailer for the movie is not in the movie, which is a fucking shame.
Is that the song As the Days Go By?
Yep,
Is that the one? I don't think it is in the movie, but that's why I say the marketing campaign was deceptive, because they take all these comedy actors and put them in these roles. They have that lighthearted fun song, and he's got a big old vodka bottle, and he's like, oh man, this is a crazy world. They got a big old flower. Half those scenes aren't in the movie. The giant bottle of
flower is not in the movie.
The flower is the giant bottle of Absolute vodka, not in the movie. That shot is not in the movie. But they have like all this lighthearted stuff with all these comedians, and then the movie is so dark and depressing.
Wow.
And it's like a dystopian at some parts, and then the message that they try to shove down your throat of global warming and saving the environment, but then they take it to the most bizarre step I've ever seen in a movie.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't think that song is in the movie.
Wow. All right. So I've got two more predictions. One is a funny prediction. One's a regular prediction. My one prediction, since I've loved him in a movie called it's the one with the giant monster, Colossal. Jason Sudeikis is the best part of the movie, possibly.
See, there's so much that's bad about it. Anything
Uh-huh.
that's even resembling good is great. Jason Sudeikis is barely in it though.
Okay. Okay. Huh.
And he's not really that great either. So I would say no, he's not the best part of the movie. But
All
I
right,
do
all
I
right.
do like Jason Sudeikis.
Yeah. The more I see of him, the more I like him. All right. And my funny prediction: Monkey would fuck hairless Matt Damon.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's right down your alley, isn't it?
Because when you're completely shaved, it looks like you have cancer, and that's a sign of vulnerability and weakness, and that really gets my dick hard.
Yeah, and you also wish you had cancer so you could finally fucking die.
Yep.
All right, that's all I got.
How many predictions did you get right? We got to keep a score.
All right, Monkey would fuck hairless Matt Damon. That's right. Jason Sudeikis, maybe not. Jokes in the trailer are the only jokes, I guess, is right.
Yep.
Matt Damon tries to help poor people. Yep. People are split into rich and poor, kind of, I guess.
Yeah, you got that right.
Happy message. That's right. Talking Heads is not in the movie is right. Christoph Waltz is barely in it. That's wrong. Script is a mess is right. Movie is wildly atonal. I don't know about that one.
You're definitely right about that one.
Okay. And then Matt and Damon is good in the movie, but plays a shitty character. So I'd say probably 9 out of 11.
Hey, 9/11, baby!
Hey!
Oh, my favorite fraction.
Yeah.
All right, Rich, let me give you the hot scoop on this movie.
All right. Give it to me.
Boy, howdy. I've had so much time
on this movie.
I've been taking hot shits all week, dude. You don't even know.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit, indeed. So, the first trailer of the movie makes it look like it's just going to be a fun romp about little people.
Yeah.
I think you liked it. There's a tweet that somebody sent me where they reviewed the movie and they said that it's exactly like Ant-Man, but it's not as funny.
Yeah.
And I thought that was the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen because it has absolutely nothing to do with the plot of Ant-Man whatsoever, except for the plot of people shrinking down. Nice. Otherwise, they could not be more non-alike, more different.
The movie that the trailers sell you almost seems like it's like a start of a sitcom. Is like he becomes small and like you get into all the small adventures and then you compare them to the big people. All that shit. So like the movie barely really like dwells on that.
The movie has, I feel like the writer, I don't know what he was going for. I know he made movies like Sideways, which is about the guy from Big Fat Liar drinking wine. Yeah.
Yeah, he's blue and he's drinking wine.
Yeah, I'm blue, ba-bo-be-da-do-da. I think that's how the movie goes.
Yeah.
But this movie has so much dark, sort of demented, twisted shit. And I don't know if it's going for humor. It might be going for dark humor, but it's certainly not funny. Mm-hmm. Let me give you one example. When people shrink, here's two examples. When the people shrink down, they have to, everything about them needs to be changed. Like any fillings in their teeth need to be taken out because those won't shrink with the thing. They have to be, all the hair on their entire body has to be shaved. They stick like a tube up your ass to, I guess, suck out all this shit or something. And they go through the entire process step by step, the dental work, everything. And it goes on for about 20 minutes with no dialogue. And it's playing like horror film stress music. Like it's, and like the beginning of the movie, Matt Damon is sort of like, he's not sure if he wants to do this because it's a huge life change, but him and his wife decide to do it because then they can get, they can live a luxurious lifestyle. Yeah. So he's like a little worried about it, but then the film is telling the audience, oh yeah, he better be worried because this is some demented, scary shit, and we're playing scary music and showing like horrible dental procedures of like people bleeding and shit getting pulled out of their mouths and stuff.
Yeah,
and it's like,
Jesus Christ.
It's really upsetting to watch and very scary. And you're like, oh my God, what's going to happen when they shrink down? Mm-hmm. And they don't show this on screen, but they talk about it in this, what we assume to be comedy movie, of a guy who did not get his gold filling taken out of his mouth before they shrunk him down, and his head explodes and he dies. There's also a plot about the Vietnamese government gets the technology and shrinks down public protesters and sticks them in a TV box and ships it over to like a Best Buy in America, and they ships all these people in a TV box, and like half of them die in this Best Buy TV box.
That's kind of stupid.
It's fucked up. Like, why are you putting all this stuff about people's heads exploding and people dying and government protesters being turned into refugees in a TV box? Like, what?
Mm-hmm.
I think the problem is that the movie wasn't sure if it wanted to be the fun romp or wanted to be like a dystopian, weird thriller sci-fi movie. So my proposal is that whoever owns the rights to this movie should sell the rights to 3 different directors. One who wants to make the funny movie, one who wants to make like the dystopian, and one who wants to make like the hard sci-fi movie. Because there's 3 different types of movies in this movie.
Yeah.
Smashed together so that there's no consistent tone, and there's really no consistent plot. It's like 3 different plots in one movie, and there's no consistency. So I think this would make 3 good movies of completely different tones, but the one that we got was a nightmare.
So you're saying you want the Downsizing cinematic universe? You want the
downsizing alternative dimension universe, where you see the same movie by 3 different directors, and I think that would be really cool. That's never been done in history, as far as I'm concerned. Is that a studio says, "Hey, we got this great idea for a movie. You make 3 completely different movies with the same concept," because all 3 of them would be really cool. Like a movie where, like I want to see like the dark one that stays dark, where it's like, we're gonna shrink you people down and you can live a luxurious lifestyle, but then like things go fucking south. And now that you're like 1 centimeter tall, what the hell can you do to stop all this bad stuff that's happening to you from like the big people, that kind of stuff. And there could be like
that kind of it has been done, where basically there's a show called The Chair where they give two different filmmakers the same script basically, and those 2 filmmakers can like change it in any way they want. So they basically show how the different directors handle the different things they want to do.
That sounds pretty cool. Is that still
I would
on the
like
air?
to see that. Yeah, done with something like this. Downside.
Where can I watch that show?
I think it was on Showtime, possibly. So.
That's something I would love to see. It's why I like doing the 48-hour film festival, is because like everybody gets like the same sort of prompt. Like you have to have this character, this prop, and this line of dialogue. Go crazy, and then to see how all these different people incorporate those same things, I think is a lot of fun. So I would like something
in
like
that TV show, it was a like basic family movie of coming together for Thanksgiving type thing. And the one guy is like a YouTube guy, and he made it like into a crass like teen comedy type thing, and the other person made like a serious kind of drama out of it. It was really fun to see how they changed.
All right, so here's the crazy plot twist in the movie.
Okay, I'm ready.
So Matt Damon and his Vietnamese refugee bitchy girlfriend, who doesn't like him until then they have sex, and then she likes
do they
him.
meet when they're downsized?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will say in the second trailer, the movie spoiled that his wife does not get downsized. With him, which was jarring to me. Like, whoa, maybe this movie isn't as funny as I thought it was gonna be. But that all happens in like the first 25 minutes, and then she's out of the movie. So I don't know why she got such high billing, because she's not even in it.
Well, like I think that trailer kind of makes it seem like he's going to not have that support system with him, and then he's going to basically have to try new things as he's now suddenly shrunk down.
It makes it seem like it might be uplifting, like, oh, you'll find your true self in this, and you'll start over and reset in life. But it's just so depressing. Like he spends after she leaves him, he spends the next hour of the movie like moping and like being all depressed, and like everything is just going wrong for him.
Yeah.
And there's no levity or happiness to any of it. And then he's supposed to like just live off of his millionaire fortune in this mansion for like the rest of his life. And then we get a smash cut 1 year later. And remember in the trailer when he's like sitting in the cubicle talking to people about like the color of shoes and shit?
Yeah.
That's when he's downsized.
What?
That's not before he gets downsized. What? Yeah, he's already small when that happens.
Holy shit.
The trailer lied again. It tricked us
damn it.
by showing scenes out of order.
What the fuck?
But anyway, so they go to... I don't remember, it's like in Belgium or like the Netherlands. They go to the first colony of downsized people because Christoph Waltz's character is rich and he's friends with all these people around the world, so he gets him a trip there. Okay. And the plot is that the original downsized tribe of people are a bunch of hippies.
Okay.
And the main guy who invented downsizing is a scientist who who finds out that some sort of polar ice cap thing opened up or some shit with global warming, and that mankind is doomed, and that within a few decades all of humanity will be wiped out, and everybody's gonna be dead, because his whole hope with downsizing was to shrink the entire population of Earth to reduce our carbon emissions and all that stuff. But he failed because only 3% of people downsized. So now he's going to take this original tribe of downsized people, like 100 people, and they're going to dig 12 hours deep into a mountain and set up a new tribe in the mountain. And they're going to stay there for 8,000 years, just like building new generations, and then they'll come back out to repopulate the Earth as downsized people.
What the fuck?
And the plot is whether or not Matt Damon decides to go with them, and he ultimately decides to go with them and abandon his new Vietnamese girlfriend. So then he's walking through the tunnel to go live in this place, and they're like shutting the door so that he can't get out, and they're going to be locked in there for the rest of their lives. But then Matt Damon decides he would rather fuck the Vietnamese refugee instead. And he leaves, and that's the movie.
What the fuck? What the fuck? So wait, they spend all of that time building it up, kind of, and then it just becomes, oh, this guy's gonna sequester a bunch of people so that they can survive whatever disaster becomes of global
It was
warming.
just so unexpected. I didn't think that the Downsizing movie would have a plot twist where all of humanity is going to die within decades, and that little people were going to form a new colony under a mountain for 8,000 years. It was just so jarring to me in the audience that I was probably verbally whispering, "What the fuck? What the fuck?"
I don't know if you've ever said that you've gone with your family to see it. What did they think of?
They hated it. The theater was not full. It had maybe 8 other people in it. And when the credits start rolling, because there's like a very weird ending where Matt Damon and his Vietnamese wife are, and I keep calling her Vietnamese wife, but it's very central to her character because she talks like this the whole movie. Maybe not quite like that, but you get what I'm saying. That's not quite a Vietnamese accent. But it's if a white comedian was doing stand-up and was doing like a racist voice, that's what she sounds like the whole movie, which it's a brave choice, I guess, because was actually a pretty good actress. Anyway, the movie ends with like him looking at a lonely guy and like thinking, and we don't know what he's thinking, and then it smash cuts to black, and I was like, wait, what's the point of that? Does he want to stop people from being lonely? What the fuck was the point of that? But then as soon as it smashes the credits, like everybody in the theater started like awkwardly laughing. And as I was walking out, people were like, wow, that movie sucked. What the hell? That was terrible.
Holy shit.
And I think that was the consensus. On the drive home, my family was talking about how much they hated it. And they thought it was like the worst fucking thing they've ever seen. And I'm not quite that extreme on it because it was so bizarre and weird that I kind of have a strange fascination for it. But it's the marketing campaign was so deceptive that I imagine the 99% of the audience is going to hate the movie because it's not what they were advertised even a little bit.
Yeah. Well,
even a little bit.
Oh. Okay. So here's what I think happened here.
Thank you for that.
I always love it when a studio gives some like visionary director, visionary writer, or whatever, like shitloads of money to go off and make a small, like weird movie that does exactly what the writer wants it to do.
Like The Last Jedi.
Like The Last Jedi. But
fuck the audience, though.
When that happens, you do have a very high chance that it is going to be polarizing or at least not what a lot of people want. So this movie now has like what, a 56% on Rotten Tomatoes or something. Some of the critics are calling it like their favorite movie of the year. Some of the critics are I think Peter Travers from Rolling Stone says like 5 out of 5.
What the fuck?
My favorite movie of the year. And some people are like, nah, this movie is fucking dumb. It does a lot of stupid shit. And so it sounds like you were more negative on it than positive.
I was just blown away by how bizarre it was.
Yeah.
And it's not really good as a movie, but I would recommend just seeing how crazy it is and like watching it for yourself and making your own judgment.
There's some conceptual ideas in there that I kind of jive with and think are kind of neat, but overall, it just seems like such an odd bird. Oh, what I was gonna say is the studio got in the movie and they were like, "Fuck, how are we gonna sell this?" And they realized, okay, well, we'll just include all the comedy scenes and make people think it's gonna be some kind of
No,
fun
but even
end
from
of
the
the year
beginning,
Christmas
in the
movie.
casting, they casted comedians like Jason Sudeikis and
Yeah,
whatever the wife's name is. Like, they casted these
Kristen Wiig.
talented, funny people in unfunny roles. So
Huh.
I think it was a level of deception even from the casting of the film.
Famous comedian Christoph Waltz from my favorite comedy, The Green Hornet.
My favorite comedy, Horrible Bosses 2, Horribler Bosses, which Jason Sudeikis and Charlie Day and Arrested Development are in those
Jason
movies.
Bateman.
And
Yeah.
those movies, the first one I really like. I don't remember if I like the second one as much, but I love Horrible Bosses 1. That's my comedy movie recommendation of the day.
Yeah, Horrible Bosses 1 passed the seeing a comedy movie in the theater bar, which is a fairly low bar, and that is that it has to make me laugh in the theater. It did, so it's a
Hey.
comedy movie.
So is that it? Did you have anything else to... You were going off on some sort of tangent.
No, I basically just wanted to break down what the studio thought of it, and they basically gave this guy money, realized, oh shit, how are we going to sell this? So they just made it seem like it was going to be a funny comedy.
Yeah, I'll say this. I'll reiterate my point. Remake this movie 3 times and stick with one tone each time, and I will watch all 3 of those movies because it's a great concept. You know,
Yeah.
in mass, people are shrinking down and forming new societies. You can do so many different types of movies with that. You shouldn't try to shove every idea into the one movie. It gets fucky and it gets weird.
Have you ever seen the Animatrix Monkey?
No, what is that?
It is a prequel, kind of, to The Matrix, the 1999 cyberpunk movie. They basically just give a bunch of animators and shit like, hey, play in this universe for a little bit. They use different kinds of animation, different kinds of stories. I would definitely recommend that. That sounds almost like what you're saying they should do with the downsizing idea.
Yeah. Downsizing. Take a page from Animatrix,
Mm-hmm.
and from Animaniacs too, and
Anime
from,
in general.
and from anime in general.
Lots of sexy girls.
Yeah.
Matt
So
Damon
at
should
the
be
end
a
of the
sexy
day,
anime girl.
I would say downsizing. Maybe if you have a movie pass, go check it out. Don't give this movie your money. I don't want to support such dreck. Maybe torrent it when it gets the Oscar screener for best film of the year. Just torrent it then.
Oh God, I can't imagine that. I will recommend an Alexander Payne movie he made called Nebraska a couple years ago. It's got Bruce
About the old
Stern.
man who wants to cash in his lottery ticket. Is that what it's about?
Yes.
I think I saw part of that.
It's in black and white.
I don't
It's very
remember
good.
why.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, go watch that one instead.
Yeah, this guy can make good movies, but they are not called downsizing.
No, they're called upsizing. Hey, for Is It Kino? I have been Mumkey Jones.
And I remain E-Rich despite the protests of fucking people who voted for not me in the best sidekick category.
So what are we doing next? I think we want to do our shared list of the top 10 films of 2017, and we might do like a movie roundup of all the movies we didn't get around to reviewing, like Lady Bird and that movie about the black judge guy who I already forgot, Marshall, and I saw Jumanji. Like, just do a quick video where we briefly review all of these movies that maybe both of us didn't see.
Yeah, exactly. We can both say how great. What's the movie that came out? Ferdinand.
Did you see Ferdinand?
No.
Oh, well, too bad. Hey, we'll see you for those next time.
Bye.